Welcome to Big Idea Hardly, where you can learn something new in just a few minutes. Today, we listen to Benjamin Shestakofsky's Behind the Startup, How Venture Capital Shapes Work, Innovation, and Inequality, in which we probe into how venture capital's relentless drive for rapid growth reshapes work environments, intensifies inequality, and fuels innovation, often at significant social costs. Benjamin Shestakofsky is assistant professor of sociology at the University of Pennsylvania, where he is affiliated with AI at Wharton and the Center on Digital Culture and Society. Don't go away. Hardly, the editor, will be right back with the story. In today's world of startups, venture capital, VC, is the fuel that powers innovation. However, this relentless drive for rapid growth doesn't come without a price. The intense focus on scaling quickly reshapes work environments, often making them unstable and high pressure. Moreover, it tends to exacerbate inequalities, with the spoils of success concentrated in the hands of a few, while many workers face insecurity and exploitation. This book reveals how venture capital pressures startups to focus almost exclusively on growth. This emphasis can lead to the neglect of sustainable business practices as well as the well-being of workers. The constant demand to innovate quickly often results in a work culture that prioritizes speed over stability. Workers are encouraged to embrace risk with the promise of future rewards that few actually realize. Story 1. The Pressure of Rapid Scaling at All Done. One of the most striking examples in the book is the story of All Done, a startup that aimed to revolutionize the way local services were connected to consumers. From its inception, All Done was under immense pressure from its VC backers to scale rapidly. The founders knew that they had to keep investor interest alive by showing exponential growth, even if it meant cutting corners. With Series A, you're selling a dream. With Series B, you're selling a spreadsheet. This quote from All Done's CEO captures the essence of their situation. As All Done grew, the pressure to scale became a double-edged sword. On one hand, the company needed to expand its user base and enter new markets quickly. On the other hand, this rapid growth led to constant changes in the platform, which confused and frustrated both users and employees. For instance, a marketing manager at All Done recalled how they had to repeatedly pivot their strategies to meet ever-shifting targets, leading to a chaotic work environment where long-term planning was virtually impossible. This story illustrates how the relentless drive for growth can destabilize even the most promising startups, turning them into environments where uncertainty and stress are the norm. Story 2. Inequality exacerbated by VC-driven models. Another powerful story is about the disparity between the different teams working for All Done. The book highlights how the company's core team in San Francisco enjoyed considerable perks, stock options, high salaries, and the promise of a lucrative exit. Meanwhile, their counterparts in the Philippines and Las Vegas, who were essential to the company's operations, worked under vastly different conditions. The team in the Philippines, for instance, was primarily responsible for routine data processing tasks. They were classified as independent contractors, meaning they had no job security or benefits. "We are part of the family," was a phrase often used by management to motivate the team, yet this rhetoric starkly contrasted with their actual working conditions. A specific instance that stands out is when the company's leadership decided to implement a new platform feature that would require a significant amount of data processing. The Filipino team, already stretched thin, was expected to handle the increased workload without any additional compensation or support. The disparity between the San Francisco team's excitement over the new feature and the Filipino team's dread of the additional burden underscores the deep inequalities exacerbated by the VC-driven growth model. This story is a clear example of how venture capital's focus on rapid growth can widen the gap between different groups within the same company, creating a two-tiered workforce where the rewards and burdens are unevenly distributed. Story 3. Innovation at the cost of worker well-being. The book also delves into the cost of innovation on workers' well-being. A poignant story involves the Las Vegas-based customer support team at All Done. As the company constantly rolled out new features and updates, the customer support team bore the brunt of user complaints and frustrations. These workers were on the front lines, dealing with irate customers who struggled to navigate the ever-changing platform. Despite their critical role, they were poorly compensated and lacked the benefits afforded to their San Francisco counterparts. One particular incident highlights the toll this environment took on the support team. During one of the company's many product overhauls, the customer support team was inundated with complaints. They worked long hours under immense pressure, with little recognition or reward for their efforts. The frustration and burnout among the team members were palpable, and many began to leave the company. Yet, from the perspective of the venture capitalists and top management, these challenges were seen as necessary, growing pains on the path to scaling the business. "If you're not growing, you're dying," was a mantra repeated often by the executives. This story exemplifies how the pursuit of innovation, underpinned by venture capital, can lead to environments where worker well-being is sacrificed in the name of growth. The relentless push for innovation driven by venture capital funding often creates a volatile mix of high expectations and high pressure. Startups are expected to deliver rapid results, which can lead to a work culture where employees are constantly chasing the next milestone, often at the expense of their own health and job security. The All Done stories provide clear examples of how this dynamic plays out, with different teams experiencing the consequences in various ways. Whether it's the chaotic work environment in San Francisco, the stark inequalities faced by the Filipino team, or the emotional toll on the customer support staff in Las Vegas. The takeaway from these stories is clear. While venture capital can drive incredible innovation and growth, it can also create significant challenges for the people who work in these startups. The pursuit of rapid scaling often leads to unstable work environments, exacerbates inequalities, and places immense pressure on workers. The benefits of this growth are typically enjoyed by a small elite, while the majority of employees bear the costs. As the editor of Hardly, by understanding these dynamics, we can start advocating for more sustainable and equitable models of innovation, ensuring that the pursuit of growth does not come at the cost of worker well-being or social equity. The influence of venture capital on startups is profound, shaping not only innovation, but also the very fabric of work environments and social structures. This relentless drive for rapid growth can lead to significant social costs, including increased inequality and worker exploitation. The stories from All Done vividly illustrate these dynamics, revealing both the potential and the pitfalls of the venture capital-driven model. One particularly compelling story involves a pivotal moment when All Done's founders decided to pursue a new market segment to attract further investment. The product team was tasked with developing a complex feature set within an impossible deadline. The team worked around the clock, sacrificing weekends and personal time. When the feature finally launched, it was met with mixed reviews. Users found it confusing, and the support team was overwhelmed with complaints. Despite the intense effort, the feature did not deliver the anticipated growth, leaving the team demoralized and questioning the value of their sacrifices. "We pushed ourselves to the limit for something that didn't even move the needle," one team member lamented. This story underscores the broader theme. While venture capital can accelerate innovation and bring about impressive growth, it often does so at a great human cost. The pressures of rapid scaling can create environments where workers are pushed to their limits, only to see their efforts fail to yield the desired outcomes. As the editor of Hardly, by reflecting on these lessons, we can strive to create a future where innovation is balanced with sustainability, ensuring that the pursuit of growth benefits all stakeholders, not just a privileged few.